Methods of infiltration. One of the very common and effective of infiltration is social engineering. So social engineering is an attacker manipulating you to perform an action or divulging confidential information. Social engineers often rely on people's willingness to be helpful, but also prey on their weakness. For example, attacker will call an authorized employee an urgent problem that requires network appeal to them vanity or greed, or invoke authority by using name dropping technique in access. An example of or way in which social engineering is used by pretexting. So pretexting is when an attacker calls an individual and lies to them to gain access. For example, pretending to need a person's personal or financial data to confirm their identity. That's why banks will always tell you that they never call you on the phone just for your BVN or your passwords. That is just hiding there. Another method that social engineers would use is tailgating. Tailgating is when an attacker quickly follows an authorized person into a secure physical location. Just like in organizations where you use access cards to access particular doors, that particular organization building. So attackers, which can be eternal, they not have access to that particular. So when a privileged user with access to that door opens the door, an attacker immediately sneaks into that door before the door closes. Another method of social engineering is something quid pro quo. So this is when an attacker requests personal information from someone in exchange for something like gifts. Have you ever seen a random chat on WhatsApp or Telegram where someone asks you um perform a particular action due to your information there, and at the end of the day you're going to get rewarded with a gift card? So that's social engineering there. Another method of infiltration is denial of service, DOS. So denial of service attacks are a type of network attack that is relatively simple to carrying out even by an unskilled attacker. So a DOS attack results in of network service devices, and this happens when there's overwhelming quantity of traffic. So this is when a network this is not an approach to denial of service, right? By overwhelming the network with a high quantity of traffic. So when a network host or application sends an enormous amount of data, the rate this causes a slow transmission or response, or can even cause that particular server or device to crash. Another approach to denial of service is maliciously formatted packets. So when a packet is it collected or sent over a network, if it does not carry the appropriate format that that particular port is has been programmed from, or it can cause the device or the application to crash. So a packet in its sense is a collection of data that flows between a server over a network, such as the internet. When sending a maliciously formatted, the receiver cannot handle it. Let's look at an example. So suppose an attacker forwards packets containing errors or improperly formatted. An application cannot identify or and in that case, this will cause the receiving device to run very slowly or cause the application to crash or even the device to distributed denial of service. A distributed DOS attack or DDoS attack is similar to DOS attack but originates from multiple coordinated sources. So for example, an attacker builds in this botnet of infected hosts called zombies controlled by handler system. So a zombie computer will constantly send and infect more, creating more and more zombies. When ready, the hacker will instruct the handler system to make the botnet of zombies carry out denial of service attack. So this handler system will order all zombies to send malicious packets or wrongly formatted packets over a network that will cause denial of service. Botnet. Botnet is typically infected by visiting an unsafe website or opening an infected email attachment or media file. So a botnet is a group of bots connected through the internet that a malicious individual or group can have tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of which a command and control server which a command and control server typically controls. So activating this bot puts malware, launches GDOS attack, reboots spam email, or executes brute force password. The criminals will often rent out botnet, third parties, for various purposes. Many organizations like Cisco force network activity through botnet traffic filters by any botnet location. So infected bots try to communicate with a command and control host on it. The Cisco firewall botnet filter is a feature that detects traffic coming from devices infected with malicious bot. Cloud-based Cisco Security Intelligence Operations (SIO) service pushes down updated filters firewall that match traffic from new known botnet. Alerts go out to Cisco's internal security team, notify them about the infected devices security malicious so that can prevent, mitigate, and remedy this. Another approach or method of infiltration is path attack. For path attacks, attackers intercept or modify communications between devices such as the web browser and the website, collect information from or impersonate one of the devices. This type of attacker refers to man in the middle or man in the mobile attack. Let's look at the man in the middle first. So a man in the middle or MITM attack happens when a cyber criminal takes control of a device without the user's knowledge. With this level of access, an attacker can intercept and capture user information before it sends it into its intended destination. So using this type of attack often steals financial information. There are many types of malware that possesses the man in the middle attack capability. Then man in the mobile is a variation of man in the middle attack. So man in the mobile is a type of attack used to take control over a user's mobile device. So when infected, mobile device's instruction exfiltrates user sensitive information, sends it to so Zeus is an example of a malware package, man in mobile ability. It allows attackers to capture two-step verification SMS messages sent to users quietly. Another method of infiltration, very common, SEO poisoning. So you probably heard of search engine optimization. So that's actually what SEO is. And this is about improving an organization's website to gain greater visibility search engine results. Search engines such as Google work by presenting a list of web pages based on their search queries. These web pages rank according to the relevance content. While many legitimate companies specialize in optimizing websites better posts, hackers take advantage of popular search use SEO to push malicious sites up search results. So this technique is also called SEO poisoning. So the most common goal of SEO poisoning is to sites may host malware or attempt social engineering. you ever searched for a particular website on Google and end up not seeing original website as first on the search result? That is it. Another method of infiltration is password attack. So entering a username and password is one of the most popular forms of infiltration websites. So therefore, uncovering your password is the way for cyber criminals to gain access to most of your valuable information. That's why we have multi-factor. So let's look at these different means with password attack. First is password spray. So this is a technique attempt to gain access to systems by spraying a few commonly used passwords across minutes. For example, a cyber criminal uses password 123 with many usernames before trying again with second such as UWERTY. This technique allows the perpetrator to remain undetected and avoid frequent account lock. That's why when setting up passwords, some applications or websites will tell you do not use password as your password, not use username as your password, because attackers are out there trying your usernames as password to access your account. Another um, method of password attack is dictionary attack. So a hacker systematically tries every word in a dictionary or a set or a list of commonly used words as a password to break into password protected account. Another means for of password attack is brute force attack. So the simplest and most commonly used way of gaining access to a password protected site is the brute force attack. So this way, brute force attack is an attacker using all possible combinations of letters and same the password space on get it right. So it's just like a trying to hack into a pin. So the pin uses just digits, right? Numbers. And since there are 4 digits, you know that you have 919 or one. Yeah, you have 1000 options or 1000 combinations of. You start from 0001 0002 all the way to 999. You get the exact number. So that's an example of a brute force attack. Another method of password attack is rainbow attack. Passwords in the system not stored as plain but as hash values. So hash values are numerical values that uniquely identify data. The rainbow table functions an extensive recomputed hashes and passwords. So unlike a brute force attack that has to calculate each, a rainbow attack gets the hash of a password with those stored in the rainbow table. So when an attacker finds a match, high password used to create. Another example of password attack is trafficking. So by intercepting communication with other humans, um, attackers can read plain text or an encrypted password. So if you store a password or if you say password in clear readable text, anyone who has access to your account on the whether authorized or unauthorized. This is also done by using softwares that can read packet network. Another method of infiltration is advanced persistent threats. So attackers also achieve infiltration through advanced persistent threats. And this is a multi-phase, long-term, stealthy, and advanced operation against a system. For these reasons, an individual attacker often lacks the skill sets, resources, or competence to perform advanced persistent threats. So, due to the complexity and skill level required to carry out such an APT is usually well funded and targets organizations or nations for business or political reasons. So it's Its primary purpose is to deploy customized malware one or more of the target system in there undetected.